We all want to change the world for the better, but descending into violence changes things from constructive into a devastatingly destructive state. Pretty much all decent, caring people with lower level intelligence, let alone high levels of intelligence, want to do good, be good, enjoy life, have wealth, prosperity, opportunity, to be respected, and to be loved, generally speaking. Most importantly, they want to be right about what all those things actually are and what they mean. Most people, though, are too busy surviving while trying to get through everyday life that they have no time to truly explore the depth of meaning, philosophy, and much more complicated, deeper thought processes and analysis of how our world should be shaped, organized, and designed. Even for someone with more wealth and freedom, it is extremely difficult to remain well-informed and educated with that being their sole focus. They merely accept the system and society for what it is. They put blind faith in it and trust the ones who make all the major decisions that govern their lives. What is terrifying is what this blind faith and trust could potentially lead to, what it has led to throughout history, and what it is leading to now. People are being preyed upon by a class of people who plan the way society will be run, set up, and organized behind closed doors. A class who have no desire or need to eliminate the class structure that has been absolute throughout history. The lower class people have fought tirelessly with the upper class for their fair share of freedom and resources as long as our collective memories can remember. We all need to remember open slavery has widely been eliminated, and it has barely even been a century since, and that's not to say arguably most of us aren't still actually slaves with just better living conditions. This never-ending fight has created a better standard of living for humanity as a whole, now supporting a population of over 7 billion people. The greatest disparity that came from this struggle time and time again is tyranny and war. When the divide between the rich and the poor grows so out of proportion, the lower classes grow angry. The upper classes grow scared, resulting in fascist policies from a ruling elite trying to desperately hold on to power and keep chaos from ensuing. The ruling elite do everything they can to maintain the safety, security, and wealth they possess, to the point of direct or indirect mass murder if necessary. The point? Excluding the fact that in the mix of all classes, rich or poor, there are genuine sociopaths, is everyone thinks they are doing what is best, what is right, for themselves and for all. Right, wrong, ethics, morality all go out the window when war and chaos become reality. It becomes choices of them or us, by any means necessary. If it means preemptively starting a war based on an unverified threat to ruin the lives of millions, even billions, it's all game. This fear, this drastic decision-making is what we all need to avoid creating, and it all comes down to the choices of every person on the planet. Easier said than done when trying to take an unbiased look to understand the perspective of both sides of the coin. How does a man who has seen his wife, children, neighbors, and entire society destroyed now want to blow himself up at the hopes of getting back at the ones he thinks are responsible? How does a poor, starving child not steal food from the market? How does a rich man not want to use all his power and resources to protect himself, his loved ones, his wealth, and the conditions that maintain that wealth and prosperity? How does one state not want to do everything in its power to protect itself from another state that is doing the exact same thing? How do people who work in a multinational corporation that provides them with much wealth and prosperity, which sells bombs and other weaponry, not do things to increase the sales of their products and services? How do lower class people who live in a society where there is a great imbalance of wealth and class not rise up and organize against the supposed people who are responsible for this divide? These questions are extremely complex. There are many more that can be brought to the table, and the specific answers are even more complex and often obscure. But one true answer that most people often forget, and also are constantly being conditioned to forget, is that the power is in the people. The power is in you. You don't have to be a genius. People of all intelligence, race, creed, gender, religion, and of any nation are able to grasp the power that lies within. The trick is realizing and truly embracing that power, focusing it, realizing the fight that's worth fighting is not allowing anyone, any group, any corporation, any government to coerce your power from you, to extort your power from you, deny you the tools that empower you. Become completely aware of your power. Life is always a struggle for people of all classes and walks of life. Although it may appear hopeless in your situation, you must never give up searching for answers, knowledge, opportunities, connections, and relationships that will improve your situation. Being poor, living the darkest struggles one can imagine, to the gradual rise from extreme poverty to the highest classes of elites of this global society. We must not let this class divide become a repeat of history. We must embrace this new age and the technological wonders that have been bestowed upon us to share, to help, to educate, to nurture each other into wiser states of consciousness, to understand our power as individuals and the power of the relationships we build with each other. The class divide is very real, along with the almost impossible struggles that come along with it. But what we must not repeat is the idea that we must build, empower, and design a system that we will rely on to take care of all of our struggles. That will violently and forcefully take resources from one group and give to another. That it is us versus them. We must do everything we can to stand on our own 2 feet and embrace our own personal responsibility. The system does not and can't control the economy to take care of us. We control the economy with every choice we make. By extension, we control the system. If we choose to partake in corporations that bring war to the market, it is our choice. If we choose to have a system where we choose a small group of people to be voted into power to make choices for a partial majority of us, that is our choice. What we buy and how we use what we buy is all our choices. So choose wisely. If we want a system that is designed for the people by the people, we need to choose that system. If we pass off this choice to a party to make those choices for us, we are left with a ruling class that fight to rule, who in this day and age use scientific knowledge, understanding, and technology to manipulate us into not only thinking, but truly believing it is best that they rule over us. We invite parties of all kinds fighting for ultimate power over the system, manipulating our thoughts and opinions to the point of utter and complete madness. We invite the possibility of sociopaths getting a grip over the reins of the system's power. We create wealth and power beyond our wildest dreams that only a small few will ever know. Complete control over the economy and the governing system. If we don't fix this now, in the age of unprecedented technological advancement, the next totalitarian dictatorship will be the last one, and will be a global one, in control of a global system that no one person, group, or all humanity united will be able to free themselves from its oppression. To get more for yourself, you must never give up, but you need to do it in healthy ways. Rise out of the toxic wastelands inside the digital world. Connect with the people around you. No matter how passionate you are about your point of view, no matter how strongly another disagrees with you, never rise to arms over it. Never raise your fists. Violence is not the answer. It only creates an escalation. Protest every moment of your existence. But your protest does not need to involve the destruction of property and violence towards another human being or group of human beings. If you organize to violently try to take power away from the ones who hold it, more will suffer than you will save. And in the end, your supposed class enemy will remain wealthy and safe, while your brothers and sisters who are being paid to protect your oppression and your brothers and sisters who are fighting alongside of you against the oppression will be the ones who suffer and even die. It's not worth it. What's worth it is using your mind and creativity to slowly, carefully, and strategically gain more power for yourself and your people in non-violent and non-destructive ways. This is the final revolution. It is the revolution of the individual. It is the revolution of the mind. A revolution to put an end to the needless violence and suffering by reversing the power structures from the all-seeing eye to every individual on the planet's mind's eye. If we take on this revolution and truly realize it, there is no stopping us. Individually taking on this global system cooperatively with other individuals independently as an unstoppable force rather than collectively uniting as one group, organization, or specific collective. As long as every individual takes in their mind true morality, true honor, trust, righteousness, speaking real truth, sharing useful, genuine information, dismantles violence, coercion, dishonesty, and dishonor from every aspect of their lives, they cannot stop us. They will never stop us. The world will heal.